Good morning, everyone. Vloggy Poncho here. Today is Monday, February 18th. I'm weighing in at 181 pounds. Still on page 66 of Atlas Shrugged. I am enjoying it. I just don't have that much time to read it. So it's really only when I have my homework finished that I really can put aside time for pleasure reading. And usually I end up making my LPs in that time. So it's like, if I haven't put out a video yet today, it's like, oh, I'm gonna make my video before I read at night. So anyway, I am enjoying it. It's just taking me a while to get through it. So I have a burning question today, and I don't know why I thought of this. It must have come from a dream or something. But I woke up this morning, and the first thing on my mind after I turned off my alarm was, why don't bowling balls go clunk? Freaking car alarms. Yeah, so there are two things that I'm a bit confused about, and I don't understand why they are the way they are. So imagine in your mind a posh country club where imagine a bowling ball. So you have a bowling ball. Imagine holding the ball in your hands. Feels good to have the ball in your hands, doesn't it? It's that cold surface. Bowling balls are interesting. Yeah, so here's what is confusing me. So the bowling ball has finger holes in it. It's got 3 holes. And you're supposed to hold it like this, sort of. It's got 2 holes for these fingers and then 1 bigger hole for your thumb. You put your hand in it like a claw, and then you roll it, and it goes down and hits the pins. So in professional sports, there's usually a great concern with controlling every little bit of the sport. It's very, very carefully managed. So in bowling, there seems to be this strange disregard for some weirdnesses with the bowling ball itself by its very design. So imagine, again, the bowling ball. Consider the lily. And it's got its 3 holes on top. So each of those is maybe as big around as a quarter, maybe a little larger for the thumb hole. And they go in, like that far. So it's like a roll of quarters, but made of bowling ball material, which I don't know what that is, but it's heavy stuff. And there's 3 of those missing from the top. Doesn't that make it so that the bottom half of the ball is heavier than the top half of the ball? I mean, you think that, okay, so I pulled 3 rolls of quarters worth of weight of bowling ball material out of the top of this ball, but the bottom is still the same. So now the top half should be lighter, right? So when I roll it down the lane, it's got a heavy half and a light half when it rolls. So it should roll like an egg, except not quite as exaggerated, where it's sort of as it rolls, because that heavier side slows the ball as it goes up and speeds up as it rolls down the front side. So the ball shouldn't roll at a regular speed. It should sort of be as it goes down the lane. But no one seems concerned with this. Like all the times I've gone bowling in my life, no one has talked about it. And I've watched, yes, I've been this sport. I've watched professional bowling on ESPN once or twice when there was like nothing else available. It's like when you're just like flipping along and like, oh, somehow the remote just gets lost and you're stuck on professional bowling or infomercials, and it's like, guess I'm watching this. And so none of the professionals seem to talk about it. The commentators, it's almost like they're not aware of it. I don't know if maybe the bowling balls are designed so that this is corrected. But if they aren't, why is nobody talking about it? Why is it not a thing? Because it seems like they would want to control that. They would want to know about that and use it to their advantage when they bowl so they could get the perfect score, And then the first thing, the bigger thing that I thought about was, why did they roll so well? Because if they got these 3 holes drilled in the top, that means the top of the ball is not perfectly rounded like the rest of the ball. Where those holes are, if you look at it from the side, it would be flat. Because instead of the ball rounding across the top like this, you come in and cut out a piece when you drill that hole. So now there's this little ring on top of the ball where it's flat. And that's right where it usually rolls. You put your fingers on the top, and then you roll like this. So, no, not like this, but actually down the floor. I can take it on camera. So you roll like this, which means that the finger holes should be on the top of the ball when you let go of it, pretty much. So they're going to roll right underneath. over and over and over. So now you got the heavy half on top and finger holes on the bottom, and the ball seems to roll perfectly well. It doesn't clunk when it goes over the holes. It doesn't sort of like roll up and bump into the hole and then roll off of it again. I don't know. Maybe these two things help to counteract each other. But again, this is something that it seems like in a professional sport they would be worried about. Like this would be something that they would be concerned with. And maybe it's just, I'm sure the answer is just that, oh, it's negligible. Like it doesn't matter enough for it to make a difference. But in these kinds of precision sports, of course it matters. So there's different kinds of sports in terms of what you have to be really good at in order to be professional. And in bowling, what you have to be really good at is consistency. You have to be able to throw that same strike over and over and over again. That's the only way to get a perfect score in bowling, is to throw a perfect strike every single frame. So it's like, why don't they care more about this? Why isn't it a thing? I don't know. So it's just weird because I woke up in the morning and these were the questions that were burning in my mind. So it's like, I don't know why. I don't know where this comes from. So I think that we pilots should get together and figure out what is up with bowling balls and answer the question, why don't bowling balls go clunk? So I'm going to do some research today and we'll see if we can find an answer by tomorrow. If you can find any information, put it in the comments and we'll solve this mystery. We marked it off with a long list of mysteries in the universe. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow morning.